The charging cable for my cell phone. Perfect! The battery's now fully charged. It's time for some nice photos. I think my great-grandfather's tailcoat was made of velvet. Or was it? Anyway, in this case, I was always pretty creeped out by him when I was little. If you were to draw the curtains, it would certainly be pitch black in here. Heavy black curtains made of fine velvet. I think my great-grandfather's tailcoat was made of velvet. Or was it? Anyway, if you... Heavy black... I think... Or was it his work suit? My great-grandfather was a mortician by profession, and I'm pretty sure he made his clothes from the covers of his coffins himself. Anyway, in this case, I was always pretty creeped out. The upper floor could use a little more light. This artificial light from the lamps is poison for the eyes. I'll see to it. What beautiful black curtains. If I were Batman, I'd sew myself a cape out of it. A damn comfortable looking couch. It radiates pure relaxation. A phone booth in front of a police station. To call the police with? Alright. Coming up, a performance of Whiskey Van Damp with 2 P's, Concerned Citizen. That's where my acting training in the 6th grade school finally pays off.
Inspector Craddock, duty clerk of the anonymous Sherlock tip line. What can I do for you?
Yes, my name is Whiskey Van Damp. Damp with 2 P's.
Yes, Mr. Van Damp. Do you have a tip about one of our cases? And you already know that this is an anonymous hotline?
Yes, indeed. I think I've observed something. Some criminal activity, I mean.
Yes? What exactly did you observe?
Well, I was recently walking with my labradoodle Fuzzy at the estate of the illustrious Longbottom family, and have observed, I think, highly reprehensible things.
At the Longbottom's estate, you say? That's interesting. Please go on.
Yes, in front of the gate of the property was a black van with tinted windows. And, there were a couple of extremely muscular men in black suits getting out, with sunglasses. And they were tampering with one of the concrete pillars next to the gate, I think.
That is interesting. And then what happened?
Well, my little Fuzzy was already excited. Because, you need to know, my little Fuzzy can smell the crime miles away.
That's just great. And what did Fuzzy observe then?
Well, one of these very muscular guys in a black suit and sunglasses went on to unload some weird, highly scientific technical device from the vehicle, and then used it to get to the heart of one of the stone pillars. I'm no expert, but I think they removed some surveillance camera or something. Certainly in preparation for a later, larger coup.
And you could really observe all that?
Yes, well, most of that was actually observed by my Fuzzy. Because I was lying on the leaves of the forest with my nose on the ground, you know. After all, I didn't want to get caught. These guys were really very muscular.
I see. But what you've just told me, you've already seen with your own eyes. Your Fuzzy didn't report that to you afterwards or something?
Of course, Mr. Fuzzy was much too scared for longer conversations after this experience.
Very good. And can you think of any other details? Maybe a license plate or an inscription on the van? Something like that?
Let me think about that. Oh yes, there was something on the van. Something about Bob something.
Bob something? So like a company name possibly? Like Bob's Delivery Service or Bob's Sanitation? Something like that?
Yes, a company name. That would be entirely possible.
Great. Have you been able to observe anything else?
No, I'm sorry. After that I withdrew quietly and secretly. I had no desire for a closer encounter with these crooks. And my wife, Frida Van Damp, had almost finished lunch. And my Frida can get very upset if I'm late for dinner. And that, although she constantly tells me to go to hell, Do you perhaps know my Frida? She was at the precinct downtown a year ago to report the theft of our award-winning garden gnome Ulf Olaf.
I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I don't know Frida or Ulf Olaf.
Well, if you had met my Frida, you would certainly not have forgotten that.
Listen, you obviously have other problems to deal with, and if you have nothing more to contribute to the case, I would like to politely ask you to clear this phone line for other callers now.
Oh, yes, of course. All right. I hope I could help you with your case.
I think you really could. Thank you for your tips.
You're welcome. And if you find Ulf Olaf, please let my Frida know. The little man made of porcelain is the only one who lets my Frida's ranting go over him all day long without talking back.
Of course. We'll be in touch. Goodbye.
Bye.
I really hope I'm not wasting my time now. But it is my duty to diligently follow up on every tip about my cases, In any case, the eyewitness on the phone sounded very trustworthy. And my instincts have never actually fooled me. What did the caller say? The crooks were very muscular? Well, then I'll try my luck first at Bob's Muscle Factory. You wouldn't believe how many Bob's companies there are in the area. I'm sure it's going to be another long day of police work. One hell of a long day. Well, let's get to work.
And the Oscar goes to Whiskey Van Damp with 2 P's. A desk calendar with motifs from Final. Who would the calendar? Inspector Craddock is much better off in the wild. Working at a desk with his laptop was clearly not his thing. My money is on Earl Grey, Captain Picard's favourite drink. I better take this one. Without a pen, Inspector Craddock is forced to practice a little more writing on the computer keyboard. It's therefore for his own good. Good! This should get me clearance for the surveillance videos outside Ricky's pet salon. Of course, I still have to fill out the form. Good! Let's see. Very nice, I think I filled in everything correctly. The identification number X44PP should be the one right outside Ricky's pet salon. And I only had to improvise a little with the inspector's signature. I simply imitated the signature of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Inspector Craddock's a big Sherlock Holmes fan. I'm sure his signature looks similar. I'm sure no one will notice. But now I should also look at the surveillance videos immediately. I'm sure Captain Paulie will be able to help me. And also I think that the refill of the pen is now empty. May I interrupt again for a moment?
Yes, what's up? Captain Paulie is always happy to help.
Thank you.
All right.
Captain Paulie, I have the release form here for the surveillance video of Ricky's pet salon.
You have? Then let's see it. Ah, an A38 form, correctly filled out at first glance.
That's right, for the release of records in front of Ricky's pet salon.
Yes, well, at least the identification number on the form is the correct one.
Signed by Inspector Craddock.
I'm already a little offended.
Oh, why? That certainly wasn't my intention.
Well, do you really think I wouldn't know Inspector Craddock's signature inside and out after 12 years on the job, and after 1,655 clearance requests?
I guess so.
And do you think that in these 12 years you were the first police student who would like to use a forged signature to gain access to highly sensitive surveillance material or access to my armoury?
Well, since you're asking...
And do you have any idea what I say to said police student every time?
Go to hell?
No, of course not. At least not as long as the desired surveillance material has no criminal relevance and clearly falls within the hobby and leisure area of the police student.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you.
Of course, I'm not a monster. I don't want to deny our young recruits a promising career in the police service because of a small mishap. And after all, we all forge our supervisor's signatures from time to time, don't we? But of course, only in order to be able to detect forged signatures perfectly at any time.
In a twisted way that even makes sense.
It does. It's just that I can only deal with such a request, which clearly falls into the hobby and leisure area, in my free time or lunch break.
I understand that, of course.
And in my free time or lunch break, the law, one hand washes the other, prevails. First of all, I'd like to know why you're interested in the surveillance videos in front of Ricky's pet salon, and please don't tell me any nonsense this time. And afterwards, I decide if there's any criminal relevance to the matter, or if I'm willing to sacrifice my lunch break for it.
Very well, gotcha. Since every second probably counts and I'd love to use your lunch break services, I might as well tell you the whole story.
Here we go. I'm curious.
So it was like this. Not too long ago, in a one-bedroom apartment far, far away with a raccoon calendar on the wall. And that's why every second counts.
Oh my, sad story. Poor kitty cat. Hope your search will be successful. And I don't think that there are any criminal facts to be recognised here.
Great! Then could I please have a look at the surveillance videos? Pretty please.
Now, please don't get me wrong. And I certainly don't want to give you the impression I'm heartless or anything like that. But do you remember that I mentioned that during my lunch break the law of one hand washes the other applies? Also known as Captain Pauly's Law?
I think I remember that. And yes, of course, I guess that's only fair. Is there anything I could do for you to move my request up to the top of your lunch waiting list position, and that wouldn't take too much time?
Well, if you ask me so directly, there is indeed one thing you could help me with in honest police work. And with that, you'd be assured of the #1 spot on the lunch waiting list.
Then fire away! What can I help with? Every minute counts.
Good. Then I'll get straight to the point. Back there on my desk is a high-performance microphone, developed by a small startup that ate all my savings, that unfortunately has two major problems. Problem 1. The thing just doesn't work. The guys in the Taiwanese backyard garage obviously forgot to install the 888 type control chip in the prototype before shipping.
And problem number 2?
Problem number 2 is that, due to the lack of a control chip, the prototype has not yet been finally calibrated. Even if it functions correctly, it would not stand a chance on the market.
And what makes this microphone so special? Every reasonably sorted electronics store has these things in stock for $100.
Not such a marvel of modern technology. The problem with today's surveillance work is that we're only allowed to record what we've been cleared for by the court. And that's why trained personnel like me, a trained lip-reading professional with 3 years of education, are needed.
How exactly should I imagine this?
It's simple. I stare at my monitors, read the lips of the suspects, and then press record at certain key words. You can imagine what that has done to my eyes in 12 years.
You don't wear glasses, do you?
No, but my monitors already have 12 times the magnification. And this is where the invention that's lying on the table back there comes into play, and in which, as I already mentioned, all my savings are invested.
Sounds exciting. A microphone that can read lips.
Almost. First, you feed this marvel of technology with freely selectable keywords or find a predefined topic. Then point the mic at a solid surface such as a wall or a door. And all ambient sound waves hitting said wall or door are analysed and voices are filtered by subject.
And if a conversation is found that fits the desired topic, the recording starts.
Exactly.
That sounds fascinating indeed. So a kind of AI-assisted recording system. You only hear what you want to hear. All the rest is faded out.
That's right. Absolutely unique on the market. And it allows listening around the corner without having to keep an eye on the target person.
Great! I could have used something like that. For example, when talking to my future mother-in-law.
Yes, well, be that as it may. First of all, the prototype has to work. Then it has to be calibrated, and then we'll think about a model for the end customer market.
Good, so what specifically can I do to save your savings and secure insight into the surveillance videos?
Well, as for the missing chip in the microphone, well, that should be quite common in principle, and is often part of high quality audio equipment. And as for the missing calibration, well, I only have the information that a few authentic recordings on the subject of the upper 10,000 are still missing.
And then we can finally take a look at the surveillance videos.
We can. Promise. Captain Paulie is a man of his word.
Okay, so fixing the broken mic, eavesdropping on some rich guys, and finding Mr. Fumbleclaw as soon as possible. Not necessarily the order I'd hoped for, but if that's the only way, then I better get to work right away.
Thank you, and also thank you for being willing to save my savings. In principle, I would take care of everything myself, but unfortunately I now have a 24-hour shift of lip reading and staring at the monitor ahead of me. And you were obviously in a hurry. Contact me if you have any questions, or were successful. Preferably the latter.
Captain Paulie's only interested in moving pictures. That's not how this microphone works. It records only surface vibrations of solid bodies, such as sound waves hitting a wall or a door. I can't record direct conversations with it. The purpose of the microphone is indirect voice recording over long distances without being caught. Good, then I'll put Captain Pauly's wonder weapon to use. The glass of the window should sufficiently reflect the vibrations of the environment. I hope I'm about to hear something exciting. Nothing is duller than a boring radio program. I hear absolutely nothing here. Does this thing even work? Maybe I'll have more success now. So far, the wealthy have remained silent. However, it's impossible that there is no criminal energy behind this window. Well, and again, no success. Who would have thought that criminals would be so hard to catch? It appears to be slightly open. Last try now. After that, I'll get tired of it and rather play any other game.
Rumstone? Yes?
Shh. Hey. Shh.
Excuse me?
Shh. Hey, you. Here's,
Who is there? I can't understand a word. Speak up, please.
Shush. Hey, it's, Mickey.
Did you say Mickey? Mickey who? Can you please speak up? I do not understand a word.
Damn, Rumstone, it's Ricky. Get yourself a hearing aid. I thought we said no more real names on the phone.
Oh, Ricky. Man, every time my heart drops when this old analog phone suddenly rings. I expect my dead grandmother from beyond on the other end of the line.
You and your superstitions. But what I'm calling for... Do you need supplies? I could deliver 3 kilos at short notice.
Of the red stuff.
Nope, the white one. But it's almost pure stuff without impurities.
I still have enough white in stock. I could really use some of the red stuff. The red things always sell like hotcakes.
I have no more red, unfortunately. Possibly I could deliver half a kilo of orange at short notice. But depends on how much the customer can afford. But she has an appointment today.
Orange? Could be a compromise. I think that could work.
Great. Half a kilo of orange then. But orange will be 20% more expensive.
That's all right. Customers love the bright colors, although they look exactly like the plain white.
Okay, so you really don't need white.
Nope. I still have to process the stuff first. That's a pretty complicated process and requires a lot of skill, so it takes time.
A process for which you get a good price.
Come on, we both profit from it. My craftsmanship and your suppliers make us both wealthy men.
You're right about that. I don't want to complain at all. So I'll bring you half a kilo of orange cat hair shortly. And you remember that my neighbor wants one of your great knit hats. Orange certainly looks good on him.
Sure. As long as he can pay for my craftsmanship. Gladly.
Exactly. We will both be rolling in money. See you later. Take care.
See you later, and don't be so secretive on the phone. And next time, call me on my cell phone, and not on Grandma's antique rotary phone.
So Butler Rumstone is a dealer of homemade hats made of cat hair. I'm not sure whether to be impressed or shocked. Well, whatever, I guess everyone has the right to a lucrative hobby or work. Be that as it may, Captain Pauly will be happy to hear that I was able to calibrate his prototype with the desired sound material. His savings are safe with this. I wonder what dramas are unfolding behind this window at this very moment. If my soap operas on TV have taught me one thing, there is all no longer necessary. I already received the required recordings from here. Maybe I'll uncover some shocking secrets elsewhere. The outline. That would not make a nice motif. Maybe later. I would love to know what secrets lurk behind this window. Maybe later. No, there's nothing to eavesdrop. May I interrupt again for a moment?
Yes, what's up? Captain Paulie is always happy to help.
About the desired sound recordings?
Yes, what about it?
All done. The recordings are in the can.
Really? And? Did my invention work as hoped?
Indeed it did. But listen for yourself.
Fantastic! Even though the recording did not reveal any real criminal activity, my prototype worked wonderfully. Every word was crystal clear. And the algorithm obviously thought at the beginning that a drug deal would be initiated and started the recording.
I guess fashionable hats made of cat hair aren't considered a drug.
Only if you're addicted to fashionable headwear with a little something extra. And I have to admit, I am.
Because of your baldness and our cold winters.
Excuse me? No, of course not. but the ladies just love guys who wear fashionable cat hair hats. Since I discovered Rumstone's wonderful hats for me, I cannot save myself from dates. His headgear says two major things about me. I love cats, and I'm a fashion-conscious guy. And the ladies are into both, I can tell you that much.
Okay, this is all terribly interesting, but could I finally take a look at the surveillance footage from Ricky's pet salon now, please?
Of course, Captain Paulie is a man of his word. And please keep the mic for a while. My partners in Taiwan said in an email earlier that they need another calibration shortly. And I think you are the local expert for that by now. Maybe I can help you with something else.
I can hardly wait.
That's what I thought. Okay, but now about these recordings. Just a moment, please. Could this recording possibly be helpful?
What do we see there? Is that a mail van?
Yes, these red trucks belong to the local postal company and are on the road throughout the city. Apparently, the driver's still at the very beginning of his tour. He's not loaded much.
Yeah, seems so. Oh, the TV back there's the exact model that I'd like to have. Unfortunately, I could never afford the TV.
Can you see the name on the package? Maybe she or he will invite you to a cosy TV evening.
Unfortunately, not decipherable. I think the packages in the back also have nothing to do with Ricky. What about the one at the very front?
Is that on the sticker? A picture with a comb?
Indeed, a flea comb! The package must have been from or for Ricky. He's the master of fleas.
And look how beautifully he decorated the package with cat ears and a cat tail. Ricky really loves his job.
What the? Damn, this isn't a decoration. That's a cat.
A live cat in a package? The poor animal. Not to mention that it also violates one or two laws.
I can't imagine that this was intentional. It's unfortunately a fact that cats love boxes of any kind. Surely Mr. Fumbleclaw has retired there to sleep and was promptly sent in the mail.
Oh my. But I am impressed that you can deduce the name of the cat from 2 ears and a tail.
Yeah, I know. It's a gift. It's not possible to see what's in this big box. There's some scribble on the lid. No idea what it should mean. Maybe I'll have an idea later. It's not possible to see what's in this big box. There's some scribble on the lid. No idea. There's some scribble. No idea. It's not.
Am I correct in assuming that your Mr. Fumbleclaw is the cat you're looking for?
Yeah, that must have been him. Poor guy. Hopefully he wasn't trapped in the box long and only had a short trip. How could I possibly find out what the destination of his journey was?
Possibly if you just ask Ricky? Or try your luck at the post office and ask for the destination address of the flea comb box.
Good idea. I should do that immediately.
Just tell them at the office that Captain Paulie sent you. You won't have any problems then. Johnny from the parcel delivery office and I are old buddies. From the time when he was still a driver. And I caught him on one of my cameras in what we might call an unflattering situation. Since then, I no longer have to pay postage for my packages.
Thanks for the tip. I better get going right away.
Good luck with your search. With a few more surveillance cameras on the route of the mail van, we would have known long ago where the journey was going. But nobody listens to Captain Paulie.
Damn. What was that password again? No, that wasn't it. Drat!
A tower of physics-defying, creatively stacked packages. Reminds me a little of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I'm tempted to give the stack a push and see what happens. But unfortunately, the creator of this game doesn't have the money for a suitable 2D animation.
What was that password again? No, that wasn't it. Drat!
This is a roll of super tear-resistant tape. A marvel of modern textile chemistry. I'm sure it will serve me well in the future. If the advertising's to be believed, this is what holds the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco together.
Damn. What was that password again? No, that wasn't it.
May I interrupt for a moment?
Awkward timing. Extremely inconvenient timing.
I just had a quick question about one of your post routes.
Excuse me? Even if I could get into my computer at the moment, that would be a breach of Postal Secrecy Paragraph 45, Number 6.
So is that a yes?
Of course not. As a sworn clerk of the post office, I have sworn to protect its secrets and, should fate so will it, to take them to the grave with me.
No chance of an exception. It's a matter of life and death.
I'm really sorry. Exceptions are excluded in any case according to paragraph 255, number 47. And apart from that, I don't have access to my computer at the moment anyway. My colleague apparently thought it would be funny to set a new password and then go on vacation. Supposedly he wrote down the password for me somewhere here, but I can't find a note from him.
Can't you just call him and ask?
I would, but he's on vacation somewhere in some volcanic crater, and apparently has no reception there, and I'm starting to panic here.
No clue about the password. Maybe he thinks you already know it.
I think he really thinks so. In his message to my answering machine, he mentioned that the password would remind me of my favourite show.
Which is?
Of course, the American edition of The Office. It was this series that first made me discover my love for mailboxes and for any kind of paper products. This series is much more than just television for me. This series is my religion, and the hero of the series, Dwight Schrute, is my own personal hero. I strive to be faithful to his example in all respects.
The Office? Really? Wasn't Dwight the unsympathetic one who always knew better?
Unsympathetic? Excuse me? Dwight was clearly the great hero of this series, albeit a misunderstood hero. And if the staff of this pile of chaos had always adhered to his specifications, there would have been no chaos in the series at all.
But then it would have been much less fun.
Fun? The series is excellent television drama, not a comedy. And it's clearly about the consequences of disobeying rules.
And I suppose you're a friend of the rules.
Of course. Without regulations, the world would sink into chaos.
And there are no rules for setting a new password.
Of course, but my dear colleague Michael is a friend of chaos, and I can't understand why he is still employed here. But it doesn't matter. Even if I were to chat with you, I'd have to keep looking for the password.
And then could you tell me the route of your mail van?
No, I already told you. That would be a violation of paragraph 45, number 6.
Too bad.
If you want to post a package or buy stamps, I'll be happy to help. Or if you just want to chat a little about the different cardboard strengths of parcel paper, I'm your man too. Package. Maybe Michael has noted the password on a package. That would suit him. He has made it his business to drive me crazy.
All right, then I'll come back later. Maybe you'll be successful by then.
Thank you for your understanding. Just watch a few episodes of The Office in the meantime. It will sharpen your view on the really important things in life. The wisdom of Dwight Schrute has definitely changed my life. Drat! Damn. What was that password? No, that wasn't it. Drat!
Reminds me a little of the game. I hate Jenga. My towers always collapse after.
Damn. No, that wasn't. Drat! I would like to ask you to keep your hands off this door. Only employees of the post office are allowed to enter.
Whoops! That's not the customer restroom at all!
Damn. What was that? No, that was... Drat!
Nope. Knowing him, the eager postal employee might present me with a law that prohibits looking at photos during work hours.
Damn. What was that? No, that wasn't it.
A tower of physics reminds me.
Drat! Damn. No, that wasn't. Drat! Damn. No, that wasn't it.
That's not photogenic.
Drat!
This is a decrypt computer running Windows 98. The management software installed on its gateway to the world of letters and parcels has probably not been updated since 1999. I hope the computer's not connected to the internet.
Damn. What?
That would not make a nice motif.
No, that wasn't it. Drat! Damn.
Captain Pauly's only... May I interrupt again for a moment?
Yes, what's up?
About the traffic?
Yes.
Could I have a look at the survey?
Sure.
A box with tail and ears? I'm afraid it's poor Mr. Fumbleclaw who's stuck in that box. Or Ricky has a strange sense of humour. A box with tail and ears? I'm afraid... Or Ricky has a box with tail... May I interrupt again for a moment?
Yes, what's up?
About the trap?
Yes. What about it?
Could I have a look at the surveillance?
Sure.
Oh, what great TV! It would fit great on the wall in my apartment. But unfortunately, I would have to be a millionaire to afford this device, so maybe next year. It's not possible to see what's in this big box. There's some scribble on the lid. Could this be the password Johnny's colleague at the post office had written down for Johnny somewhere? No wonder Johnny couldn't find the note. Apparently, Johnny's colleague Michael has a bitterly wicked sense of humour. Or he's just a jerk. Anyway, let's see. Hard to decipher. Does it really say big boobs? Oh my. How vulgar. I bet this has something to do with Johnny's favourite TV show, The Office. How else would Michael have assumed that Johnny would figure it out on his own? In any case, it's easy to remember. I think I should tell Johnny in a timely manner. Maybe he'll let me have a look at the route of the mail van. But I'd better not tell him why I suddenly know his password. Maybe I'll try reverse psychology for once. I've always been interested in whether it really works. May I interrupt for a moment?
But of course, as a sworn post office clerk, I work to serve the public. And you are clearly part of the general public.
Any luck with the password search?
No, it's terrible. I still have no access whatsoever to this branch's computer system. Moreover, the rush of customers may begin at any moment.
The first customer has already rushed in and is standing in front of you.
Yes, and I am infinitely sorry. At the moment, unfortunately, I can neither issue packages nor sell stamps. Oh, I wish I'd gotten that high-paying job in the paper industry and followed in the footsteps of the great Dwight Kurt Schrute. If I did, I wouldn't be failing at public service here now.
Now calm down for a moment. Take a deep breath. Am I right in assuming that the problem with the password is not your fault?
Of course it's not my fault. My colleague Michael apparently found it funny to lock me out of our computer system with a new password just before his vacation. He supposedly wrote it down for me here somewhere. But I can't find a note from him. And his presumably joking reference to my favourite TV series isn't much help either.
Your favourite television series?
Yes, the American edition of The Office. Or as I call them, The Teachings of Dwight Schrute. But it doesn't matter. Neither the office nor Dwight Schrute works as a password. And therefore I am clearly failing at serving you, my valued customer.
If it helps you in any way, I don't blame you. Everyone has a bad day sometimes. Is your colleague not available on vacation? Can't you just call him?
Unfortunately not. He's on vacation in some volcanic crater and apparently has no reception there. Whereas I rather suspect that he just ignores me. He constantly teases me about my supposed obsession with the office and Dwight Schrute. The fact is, if we all followed the teachings of Dwight Schrute, we would have a world full of clear rules and order. And not the chaos like right now in this second.
Personally, I like a little bit of chaos.
Yes, I thought so, the second you stepped through that door. But only clear rules and laws along military lines, as well as severe consequences, will prevent the world from ending soon.
One could disagree on that.
And for the issuance of a new computer password, there is Regulation 455, Paragraph 34, Subsection 2 of the Postal Code. However, my colleague Michael is more like you, and a friend of chaos theory.
I like him already. But all kidding aside, you mentioned that he wrote down the password for you somewhere here. Have you already searched everywhere thoroughly?
I think so, but knowing Michael, he didn't just write down the password on a piece of paper like any normal person would. Because that would be too easy and would not drive me crazy. He probably wrote the password somewhere in the dust of the warehouse floor or something like that. That would be more his style.
Want me to check out the warehouse?
Thank you for the offer, but access to the hall is allowed only for employees of the post office. In addition, the hall was only freshly swept during the night shift. And with that, the password probably also ended up in the trash. Anyway, as much as I'd like to talk to the clientele, I have to keep looking for a way to unlock this damn computer. Please come back again later. With a little luck, I can be of service to you then.
Alright, then I won't keep you any longer from your important mission. Good luck.
Thank you for your understanding.
So the series The Office...
The Office? Oh, you must mean The Teachings of Dwight. Ever since I saw the first episodes of this fantastic TV drama, during a rainy night shift as an intern in the local chemistry lab, my life has never been the same.
Drama? Pretty sure it's a comedy series.
Bullshit. Of course it's a drama. It is, after all, the adventures of a deeply